So in tonight's video, we're going to be trying out a Silence Machinations deck. So we recently buffed the um, the Boombot card in the Dark Machinations expansion, which also makes this Malfunction card that we just drew a couple copies of significantly stronger. So we're gonna see if we can show that off a little bit tonight. So it plays mostly as like a control strategy, and you're kind of just swarming the board with boom bots and buying time, and then you build towards kind of a late state with your bigger machinations. See, the opponent got off to a bit of a slower start as well, which helps us because we don't really have much to do early. But again, we're the control deck, right? We're playing the silence. So there's not as much expectation for us to be the aggressor. We kind of expect the Black Forest for them to be a little more aggressive. Looks like it's the Darkwood variant, which isn't quite as aggressive as spiders. So that kind of explains why they're not hitting us too hard out the gate. Okay. Still not a lot to do. We will drain just because we want to get rid of this guy before they can take too much advantage of him. Obviously, they're not going to block there. But we have Shadow Mage next turn for whatever they play. And if we can find a base machination, we have Blood Extractor to work towards. Okay. Cool. Shadow Mage can take care of all of that. Yeah, we'll block that. And our guy should make them discard on death. Great. So they're down to 4 cards. Okay, so we'll wipe this board. Let's see, Sentry. Alright, we'll go Shadow Mage. We'll pay the 4 life. That's fine. We'll wipe the board. We've got the board advantage now, which is a pretty good spot to be in. Okay, that's a little more aggressive. They got a bigger spider down. The sapling can get out of control if left unchecked. We still don't have a whole lot to do here. It's okay. We've got a pretty good board state. Alright, we'll swing with the Shadow Mage. Okay, they block with the 2-2. Makes sense. Conserve their spider. I'd really like to get one of these Blood Extractors down. We just need to find one of our base machinations to do it. Okay. Double Darkwood. That's a little scary. I block with the 4-2. Let's keep the 3-4 alive. It's a little healthier. Now we're talking. Alright, so we drew a Boombot. There's kind of a couple things we can do with it. Okay, so the big buff here is it still gets destroyed on start of turn, right? But it used to be that just the dealing 1 lifesteal damage was a part of that destroy this at start of turn, but now it's on death. So regardless of how this thing dies, it deals 1 lifesteal damage to the opponent, which can be very powerful over time. So we're going to summon it for sure, and then the question becomes, do we Malfunctioning Sentry into Malfunction, or do we Blood Extractor? I think we're going to Malfunctioning Sentry. That deals 1 damage there. Summons another one of these, and this guy gets lifesteal, or not lifesteal, he gets Rush. And when he dies, he'll deal 3 to a random enemy. So we're going to go ahead and play Malfunction. We'll sacrifice that guy, deal another 1 damage. We get another Machination for next turn with our Blood Extractor, which is good. And yeah, we'll swing with both. They're not going to want to take 7. Alright, we'll deal 3. And then at the start of our turn, when this guy dies, it'll deal an additional 3 lifesteal damage. So this is what I was talking about before, where later in the game, the machinations kind of start to snowball. So that's a little bit of what we're seeing now. Although they're dropping a pretty big board. They're out of cards, though. So if we can... There we go. clear one of their guys. Yeah, if we can clear their board, then we're in a pretty good spot. Alright, so we will do a blood extractor here. It destroys one of their guys, heals us, and now we have a 5-6 with lifesteal, which is pretty strong. We'll attack with our 3-4. Now, if they don't kill this guy, we can blood extractor on top of him again next turn and make a huge machination and do quite a bit of damage. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna... Actually, we're gonna take the 3. We're gonna heal up quite a bit here. Okay, malfunctioning sentry. Yeah, I guess we can do that. So we will malfunctioning sentry. Make this guy even bigger. Summon another boom bot, and then we will blood extractor, making him huge, summoning another boom bot. We'll swing for 3. So we have a 13-12 with lifesteal and 2 boom bots that are going to explode at the start of our turn. I would say we have the board advantage. Just got the 1 card. Yeah, I think they're looking pretty good. We just need one of these boom bots to hit here. Yep, we hit. So now we can just swing with these for lethal. Something cool you can do with malfunction, right? So we can summon 2 boom bots with this guy. Draw 2 cards. And then we can make another one. Draw another card. And again, every time we're sacrificing these guys now, since the buff, they're still doing the lifesteal damage. We can swing for exactly 13, which will be lethal. So that's a look at the newly upgraded Machinations deck for the Silence. Thanks for watching.